BadgerFarmGirl here, working on a project for this summer, and with the rain here in Wisconsin, it's gotten pretty crazy, and this is my project. I am building a cowboy pool to be put on my patio, so those hot days I can just pop in there after doing some yard work and just cool off on a nice day. So I'm in the garage right now because it's been raining like crazy and I can't do anything outside, so I decided I would start cleaning this tank up. I ended up going to Fleet Farm to purchase this. It's June right now and they only had a few left, so it seems like other people are getting the idea of doing this at home. So it's 6 feet by 24 is the width. The plan is to put a pump on this. I got the pump ordered, I got some valves coming, and right now I'm kind of itching to get this started on this. So I ended up washing this down in here. So, you know, when I put the water in here, it'll be pretty clean. Some sloppy sealing has been done here, but I'm not really worried about that. My plan this year is to not put a liner in here. We'll give it a shot this summer without it. I did purchase one and I'll hang on to it. And the reason I'm going to hang on to it and see if any rust occurs over the summer were spots inside this tank that would deteriorate it from holding water. So kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm not going to paint this. I've read all kind of horror stories out on YouTube and Pinterest and all that. It looks great initially, but at some point it starts peeling and then you got a big disaster. So I'm putting this on a paver patio out in back, and what I'm planning on doing is putting this matting down over the pavers to give the bottom some cushion and maybe not get any stones or any dirt out between the metal and the patio. I do live in the country, so I'm not in the suburbs, I'm not in town, so the environment out here is a little bit different. So what I ended up doing, these are plastic or foam floor tiles. I use this stuff on my ice shack in winter time, and my plan is to put this down now and then cut a circle that'll fit the bottom. So I'm going to lay this on top of the patio and then put the pool on top of it and then dress up the pool from there. I'm hoping this works. If not, not a big deal. Walmart carries these tiles. They're, I don't know, maybe $10, $15 for a bunch of them. I'm assuming they have these now. I got these a few years ago. But the cool thing about them is that, you know, they come in squares like this and they all hook together. And you can tell here I had a pack of gray ones and a pack of black ones. Part of that problem was because I ended up getting these in winter, so I don't know if this is a summer thing or seasonal thing for these tiles. So, and they're pretty easy to cut. So that's my plan right now. And we'll get this done and we'll see what this turns out like. So having gone with this 6-foot tank, I really didn't want to eat up my patio too much. And standing in here, I can comfortably sit down in here. I'm 5'9". I can lay down, but it's pretty damn tight. So if you're looking to sprawl out on a floater, you know, flat out, I'd recommend going with 8, but I think this is going to work out for me. These are light enough to be put in Wisconsin. You do get ice and all that good stuff. I'll be able to roll this and put this in a trailer and store it for winter. I am not going to leave this outside to weather or else, because I think it'll just speed up the rusting process on this galvanized steel tank. But it cleaned up really nice. It was pretty rough when I picked it up. I wasn't quite sure that this was the one, but there wasn't much choice. So, you know, if you find one or even get one used, the other option you can do is put a liner in here and it would dress it up and just serve the same purpose. But there are some dents in here. As long as they're not holes, I think we're pretty good. This is not quite round, but if it holds water, it's going to do its job. So stay tuned as this project moves on. So looking at this mat, the way I got laid out, I'm kind of looking to see if I cut it, will I have small pieces that would be a waste of a tile? Or do I just leave it on this pad and then maybe put something nice around here? It's artificial turf or something to clean this up on the patio. I'm pretty much undecided at this time. But I think the beauty of this thing, it'll somewhat give some cushion. Not that I feel a lot of cushion on this, but I think maybe it from popping if there's some gaps between the patio and that. Again, this is on a flat garage floor that I have this laid out on, but it seems firm and maybe give us some support for the tank. So I don't know. I'm undecided right now if I'm going to cut this or not. So here it is, the 6-foot galvanized tank. This tank was purchased at Fleet Farm. If you're in the Midwest, you might have a Fleet Farm. I'm dry fitting everything right now before I start drilling holes and get everything set up. I've got the sand filter pump. It's a 1500. Again, this is only less than 400 gallons, so this is going to be overkill, but that's okay. Kind of measuring out here where this is all going to land on my patio, where my electric outlets are. This is a dry run this year to figure out, is this going to be the place I'm going to put this long term, or am I going to do something else in spring of next year? It's end of June right now, and it's been a busy, wet, damp summer so far, and it's probably the first chance I'm going to be able to get this out here, get it filled, and get some decent weather on there to warm the tank up a bit. If you can look in here on the 6-foot tank, you don't see the seam on the bottom of the floor as you see in the bigger ones. And then this tank is a Balin, I believe. I took the stickers off, but you can see that there is caulk down in the seam there, so we should be good. Shouldn't be any leaks here. I did purchase a liner for this. I'm not going to put it in this year. I'm going to hang on to it until this thing starts to show rust. This will be stored indoors in the summer, or I'm sorry, in the winter. And I got probably a good couple months before I take it back down for next year. But I'm going with the glass sand, and we'll see how that goes this year. I did put these mats down. These are the puzzle mats. You get them from Walmart, just to get some cushion underneath the metal there, hoping that when you get in there and the water pressure's on there, that there'll be some forgiveness. I am going to put a layer of AstroTurf on top of this, just to give my feet some cushion when I get out of here. So then the other part of this whole project will be building some privacy fence, so the neighbors over there don't come and who knows what, but just to get some privacy back here. But so here we go. I think I got everything kind of where I want it. I'm gonna put the holes one on each side of that seam right there, and then we'll get her hooked up and start filling this thing. And if this goes right, we won't have any leaks, and we'll let this process begin. So right now I'm measuring for the outlet or inlet valve, whatever valve this is, and I took everything off, the catcher and everything, the inlet valve, and I'm gonna take the magic marker, go through the center of that. That way I know that I got clearance, because this tank has a ridge, and I'm trying to go on the flat, but trying to get lower than the outlet valve. So here we go. I'm going to try and film this. So that's my target area right there. So do that, get the post on. I'll kind of maybe go up a little higher on the side of it, but that's exactly where I want that valve to go. So I got my safety glasses on and gloves, and get at it. Okay, that didn't go too bad. I'm using the Milwaukee bulldozer, great tool, get what you pay for. There are shards here. Just know that when this stuff comes out, if you're wearing shorts, you'll feel it. But anyway, so actually this drill bit kind of pretty clean. I will file this down, and I will get the other one. So again, the Milwaukee and the valve, and we'll get this all vacuumed up once I get the other hole drilled. So I'm gonna do a dry fit right now. Let's see here. I'm gonna do it on the side, even though it goes the other way. But yes, it's all good, and I'll have enough clearance. Again, it's above this ridge here, about 3.5 inches, and then from the rim here. So this should work quite well. So again, took the outlet valve apart, went through here, got my mark, And these are and will have plungers on it, so we'll get at it. And one more hole, and then we should be well on our way. All right, second hole went better, and now we're done. So on the pool here, you can see this patio is not flat, so I've got some other cushions I'm going to slide underneath there and fill that gap. I don't think I got anything else anywhere else. No, so that's what I'll end up doing. At least give it a little bit more support underneath. But it's not too bad. I'm not surprised though. This patio's been out here for 25 plus years, so you can see where I put pads on here, but that'll be jockeyed in a little bit because I did pull this tank out a little bit to get the holes. You can see the holes a little bit offset, so that's what I wanted. This, even though it looks like it's ribbed, which it is, it's not real deep, so you know the key is to get a good seal on those valves. So all right, here we go. We're going to deconstruct and then start putting stuff in place before I put the valves in. Do a good job of cleaning up those shards. I'm going to come here through a leaf blower and blow everything off, blow the inside of the pool, and then suck up whatever falls to the bottom. A lot of shards, just be aware of that. You know, you don't want to get that into your filter. And you don't want to get it in someone's eyes if they're in the pool because they're pretty tiny. But, I mean, you can see right here, here's one. But that could be a bad thing. So make sure you get that cleaned up. But, yeah. This is pretty, let's say easy. But I think the rewards are going to be worth it. So enjoy the journey. Take your time. Do your research. And then I'll show you everything once it's all put together. As far as it's going to go today. The goal is to get water in the pool. Get the patio situated, and then after that I got to figure out some privacy stuff, but I got time for that. So here we go. So I got the AstroTurf down. This is not the stuff I really wanted. Got it at Menards. The stuff was a lower pile, but this will be okay. It'll serve its purpose. It was, I don't know, like 58 cents a square foot, so not bad. I thought about putting a nice mat down, but I think this kind of works better. And I can get more of a area to sit down when you're not in the pool. So this is where I'm at so far. Kind of, it's working as I hoped it would. You know, sometimes you get a vision in your head, and now's the time to put it together. So keep going. All right, sun's out here. The bottom of that pool's hot, which is good. I got a pool filter here. I am on a well, so anything is better than nothing as far as getting minerals out of the water. So get the water on and check the valves, and we should be good to go. All right. I did use plumber's putty on this one, and I don't think it was necessary. I put another gasket on there. Should be plenty. So I didn't put plumber's putty on the other one and just went with the extra gasket on the back end. So I think that'll be fine. Gaskets are great. I got horse water tanks, and I got to put the valve in and out for winter time to put a heater in, and that seems to be the key, is getting it kind of wet, moist, warm, so it can form a seal. So here we are. The other good thing about a 300 and almost 400 gallon tank is that it'll probably be less than an hour to fill this up. It takes me about 20 minutes to do 150 gallons for the horse water. So we'll see where this goes. So hopefully shortly we'll see if I have any issues, and then I'll start getting that pump ready to go. So one thing I did do with this grass, make sure I had area here to walk on where I'm not walking on, you know, stones and gravel and who knows what. So I think this is going to turn out right. I have a clam bug shelter, which I'll put on this at some point this summer, and I'll show everybody. And I wanted to make sure that would fit over here. I think it's 12 feet circle. And I can put some benches and tables and stuff in here, so I got a nice spot to hang out. And so far so good. This is where we're at. We had one major problem. You do not need the washer, extra washer on the back end. And the reason why, because that bad boy will not fit, because that ring comes out too far. So skip that part, you don't need it. Maybe get them maybe for next year or whatever if you're taking the filters out next year. But had a huge leak. Found it beforehand and made the change. And now we're not leaking. So hand tight, you can see where I had to get the nippers. I couldn't even squeeze it enough for this valve cover to even fit in that hole. So just be aware of that. My suggestion would be put that valve piece in when you are putting your vents in. I didn't. And that way you can make sure that that hole is on top, everything's intact, and you'll be able to adapt everything from here. So that's what I learned so far. But you know, it was a 5-minute delay. We got it fixed, and we will continue to fill the tub. Should be done hopefully another hour or so. But so far so good. Yeah, this has been a long time coming. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I think it's going to work out. I think it's going to work out quite well. Well, pump's up and running, everything's going smoothly. Of course, it's not going to be absolutely perfect, but nothing is. This is the 1500 sand pump, which is way overkill for this tank. It's only 400 gallons. It's not an 8-footer. It's not a 10-footer. This is a 6-foot tank. And actually, if you measure it, it is actually shy of 6 feet. So my recommendation, if you go get these tanks, especially the galvanized ones, they are not actually, they're off a little bit. They're not actually 6-foot or 8-foot. I would measure them, because when I went and got this one, this was the largest as far as closest to 6 feet. Some were at 5'5", some were 5'3", but that might work for someone with a smaller space. I didn't want to take up my whole patio, and this is just perfect for me to get out and just cool off. But everything's good. I am on well water. The temp on this water right now is like 65, but I'm tempted to jump it right in right now because I am pretty hot and sweaty. It's 80 degrees here in Wisconsin, and hopefully we'll get a good day of sun today and tomorrow, and be able to enjoy this for whatever summer brings. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It's kind of worked out exactly how I planned. You know, someone's interested. I think she's more interested in the chlorine toy than she is anything else. Don't even think about it. You're not going in there. Sorry. No, don't even think about it. You're not going to be the first one in this, so leave it.